Hey guys, this is Man Shark Sub LPs. I'm Sub. This is obviously Crusader Kings II, and little bit of a change in plans of the Power Behind the Throne playthrough. This should, of course, be episode 16, but I went and had a little bit of a look at what Reaper's Due adds to it if you do start a new game, and well, it's well worth it to restart the game. So we're gonna just start again. Luckily, we're only 15 episodes in or so, so it shouldn't be too much of an issue. We are going to continue being a Viking, but this time I've added a couple of little things to it, specifically two mods as well. One called Your Personal Castle. These both can be found on the Steam Workshop, of course. Your Personal Castle, which lets us basically, these guys, the patricians and doges of the republics, get a little sort of manor, and Your Personal Castle apparently just gives us one of those. I believe it gives it to the NPCs as well, but or the AI. So we'll see how we go there. And also, I'm going to be using the Ruler Designer Unlocked thing, which if you come here to the Ruler Designer, only if you've actually got the damn thing in the first place, it lets you basically pick all of these shits at random. They all have zero cost. We're not going to be insane with it, but we are going to give ourselves a good start. So, where do we want to start today? We're in the early Middle Ages start time, 1st of January 769, and just having a look at everything. It's all all over the place, except for the big empires. And we are looking to begin in the Norse Germanic or Germanic Norse region. Now, I would like to own a holy site to start with. Obviously, we can't own Zealand. That's Catholic. Alrighty, this one up here, however, that's held by this guy. He's independent. We do not want to be independent. I mean, we could be and then consign ourselves to the rulership of a lord, but, whatever. This place here is held by an independent king, or petty king, so he's a duke level title. This one here is held by, the petty king of Shalland, so again, that thing. This one here, the Grand Chief of Saxony is the king, but it's actually held by High Chief Bruno Lodolfinger. We've already played as the Lodolfingers, and it was excellent, but, and I'm sure that Viking Lodolfingers would be a lot more fun than Catholic Lodolfingers, but, well, I want to start as, like, somebody quick again, somebody little. So I'm thinking our good buddy Judmund Harafen, Chief of Agder and Telemark of Shalland. So if we go to Shalland, all of this, I mean, we could do Svipjod. I don't think Svipjod would actually be too much of an issue. He's got a guy who runs Vastermanland and Gastricland, so where the fuck are they? There's Gastricland and there's Vastmanaland. So both of these two. Which, I mean, they could be quite nice. Little bit insular, actually. I mean, I want to be in a good raiding position, and I think our buddy Shidmund does well at that. And I don't want to change things too much. So let's pop into the Ruler Designer. So we're not actually going to play as Shidmund. We're going to still play as a member of House Harafen, though. I don't think we need to really modify this. Let me just cancel out of that because I buggered it up. I think it's actually quite a nice little, coat of arms. Does this colour come into it? Nah, whatever. That's cool. Appearance. You can randomize this, so we'll just click random a few times until we find something that looks half decent. You can change the ethnicity. I mean, Stravidian. Okay, well, it's not going to work too well for us. Where were we? Central Germanic? North Germanic, that'd be it. And we're going to be Norse. Click the random button a few times. That's not too bad. Oh, you can also change to being a female as well if you wish. Being a female in our game is not going to be as horrible as it is. I mean, for the player, not going to be as bad as it is for normal games because we're going to modify things, and this is part of the reason why we're restarting. That looks pretty good. That's how we look when we're old, middle-aged, young. Did it modify our damned hair color? Come on. Yeah, that'll do. Okay, that's good. Attributes. Now, we're an amateurish plotter. We know that shit. Let's just randomize our first name a little bit. Crusader. I like Crusader. Yeah. And we're going to be the Haraffin dynasty, right? That's our coat of arms. Yeah, we're still going to be Haraffin. Hjalmar Haraffin. I like it. We could see if you can actually change your culture, change your religion. We're fine with being Germanic. I have no problems with being Germanic, and you can see there's actually quite a lot of different religions. I have no idea what Zunist is. Wow, this is really good. You can basically pick to be... God damn, you could start as a Kafar. That'd be amazing. I almost want to do it, but I'm pretty much committed to being to being Norse. You can start as married if you want, or not. We're not going to start as married because we hope to attract somebody pretty decent. Let's see. That means we're also not going to start with sons or daughters. Our education. Yeah, it's a little bit of a tough one. I mean, I am going to pick a maximum one. I think I'm just going to go Brilliant Strategist because that helps us out most. I'm just going to bump all of our stats up to it. 8 minimum. Oh, right, because those things come from there. So all we're doing is making this one here. Yep, I have just realized that I am not actually logged out of Steam. So let's get out of this real quick and just log out of Steam. Offline, there we go. Apologies for that. We can't really fix our age. We're always going to be starting at 16 here. Let's just bump it up to 10. 10's baseline. I know this makes us a goddamn amazing person, but fuck it. Fertility, we'll put ourselves 50%'s fine. No sons, no daughters. Health, let's make it 6 overall. Now, traits. We're not going to be full-on terrible here, but we're also not going to give ourselves utter shit. We could be a Crusader, that'd be hilarious. Can we even pick that? Well, I'm pretty sure we don't want that. That'd fuck over everything. Let's see. Well, I think he's pretty attractive. We are going to make him a genius. I know. Look, we're going to go with everything that starts well because we just want to be pretty decent. I'll let most of these ones that come from, you know, whatever. We're going to be lustful. Yep. We're going to be charitable, diligent, wrath. Holy shit. So, well, we'll see how we go. I'm not going to be craven. I'm not going to pick the brave trait. That's a little bit too far. I am going to pick gregarious. I'm going to adjust some of these stats down in a bit because this is getting a little ridiculous. Lightfoot leader. That's a good one. Yep, don't need to pick any of those, don't need to pick any sympathies. Master Seduce. Some of these are ones you just get in play, so I'm not going to pick those. I think I am going to pick Brawny though, I like Brawny. Come on. Ravager, wow. I'm really interested to see some of these things. They're actually really cool. What is that? Start with money or adventures. What? Don't know what this shit is. Oh, probably to get a bit older. Alright, that's cool. That can't be a proper trait. Yeah, yeah. Alright, I am going to turn down some of these. Let's go back to 5 and see where we're at. I don't want to be a god, I just want to be good. Yeah, that's pretty damn good. Alright, I think we're good there. Now, here comes the real fun part. This is what Reaper's Due brings in. Game rule toggles. So let's work through them. I've enabled all of the DLC that I own, which is everything except for Conclave. Major epidemic, so that's going to be the plague, the bubonic plague. It'll appear at the earliest 200 years after we start, and might reappear 500 years after game start. That's dynamic. We can change it to delayed, which it starts in about 1100. Historical, which is it will show up in 1345 and go historically. Or deadly, which means it's fucking retarded. We're going to go dynamic. Minor epidemics, we're going to default those. Mongol invasion. 1210 or 1218. That sounds about right. The sunset invasion, we're actually going to turn that off. Shattered retreat is off. So shattered retreat is when you beat an army and they run away forever. And you can't attack them. We're turning it off. It means they move into a neighbouring county and it makes the game a little bit easier for us, as it says there. Defensive pacts, they're coalitions. We're going to turn those off. Gender equality. By default, you get the gender laws. Specific cultures and religions may allow, disallow. Conclave status of women, set of laws is available. Historical means that status of women is not available. We're going to make it all, I think. Is that right? Yep, so women are equal to men. Supernatural events we are going to leave on. Dynamic de jure drift. By default, all titles would shift. Restricted is they need to be adjacent to current ones. You know, we're going to leave it to default. Default de jure assimilation is going to... I think we'll make it 50 years. Culture conversion. Okay, so by default it's the default rate. Restricted is it will not spread into counties that do not border a county of the same culture, except for ports. Melting pot cultures will appear at an increasing rate, so English, yep, okay. Slower. Combination is melting pots increase, speed is restricted, and base culture conversion. What? I think faster melting pots would be interesting. Religious conversion, default, slower, or slower or default? I'm going to leave it at... Now this is curious because we as Germans, as pagans, are vulnerable to religious conversion. We'll leave it at default. Actually, we'll make it slower. Raiding, historical, unrestricted, which means anyone can raid. We don't want that because we can raid anyway, or off. Historical. Adventurers, we're going to turn them off because adventurers are shit. Interfaith marriages. So normally as a pagan we can only marry other pagans. We're going to change that to being open, which means they'll consider it. Matrilineal marriages, off or on, we're going to leave them on. From Charlemagne, we're going to allow the creation of custom kingdoms and empires, sure. We're going to actually turn the Charlemagne events off, because I don't know what they are and we're not playing as France. Vassal republics, you're limited to a small proportion of republics, or you can have any number. I think we'll go with any number, and same thing with vassal theocracies. Invitation to court, so currently they'll only accept invitations to work for me under very special conditions. We're going to change that to open, which means that they'll just turn up if they like me enough and don't like their current dude. Diplomatic range, we're going to leave on. Regencies, we're going to turn regencies off. And provincial revolts, we're going to make them rare. Defensive attrition we're leaving on because, well, it benefits us. Pagan Reformation we are obviously leaving on. We're not setting it to players only because we want our king to do that at some point. Here's the big change. Assassination. By default, you can only assassinate people through plots. Direct action, there'll be a diplomatic action to do it. Way of life. Do we want AI rulers to be able to seduce other characters? No. And we want the intrigue ones to just attempt to murder people all over the place. I'm fine with that. It will help us out. Alright, so achievements will be disabled. Let's get in and see how we go. I'm going to put this at the end of the, oh, where are we? So, first of all, we've got the, get out of there, get out. Jesus Christ. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, that's just telling us what the game is. Thank you very much. We're playing as a North Germanic chief. It's the same as what it used to be. Now, this is us. We're awesome, mainly because we specifically set ourselves up to be awesome. We do have a few things that we need to do. We will get on that in a moment. But what I wanted to say was, I'm going to put this up as an episode in the Power Behind the Throne playlist, and also as the start of a new playlist, just to make it a little bit easier. So, first things first. I need to set an ambition. My ambition is going to get married. Thank you. I'm also going to put some dudes into these council positions. You'll do there. I don't have a good marshal, so we'll look to find one. I could use a better steward. Yeah, we really didn't pick any negative traits, so, you know, my bad, but we'll see. Alright, that's pretty good. Let's find myself a wife. What's my negative point? Learning, probably, but the learning ones don't get a good fertility. So, maybe stewardship. Not really very many options, are there? Little interesting. It's actually kind of weird. Search all gender, female. My religion would be nice. In prison, any. Married, no. Ruler, don't care. Adult, yes. My culture. I don't care whether they're a great house or not. So there's this one here. Yeah, why can't I do that? Ah, he won't let us because she's his chancellor. So what we'll do is we'll actually just straight up invite her to court. She'll rock up and we will wed her. But other things that we need to do. Need to nominate some successors. So For the Petty Kingdom of Shelland, we'll nominate this dude because that's... actually... this guy's probably better at it. And look, I don't need to nominate a successor there. Alright, we need to pick a character focus. No, I think we're pretty good at everything, so I'm just going to go with... stewardship, perhaps? Yeah, stewardship seems fair. Right, let's have a look at our land holdings. So we have Agder here. Lovely place. I'm going to build that market village immediately. Excuse me. Still sick, by the way. We're still dying. Okay, I think that is good. And of course we've got Telemark as well. How many troops do we have? We've got a potential of a lot. Now, you need to go down to there. I'd also like to find a decent marshal, steward, and a seer. So let's just have a quick check through this. Both. Any. Not a ruler though. You won't turn up. You will. Invite to court. Thank you. What else do I need? A marshal. Oof, they're all fairly happy with where they are. Let's see, it's a 12 there. Do we have a 12? We do not have a 12, so... invite to court. And somebody learned. Yeah, you know what? He's going to be a better seer than anything else, so let's have another look through the military. This guy, I guess. Invite to court. Alright. Let's get it going. This guy wants to do low tribal organization. What does that even mean? You'd be able to revoke titles. Hey, you know, I'm fine with that. Done. Let me just check out my shit. What can I do here? Now we minimize... sorry. We maximize city tax while we can, and then next time we'll minimize city levies as well. Good, this is one I'm marrying. Arrange marriage with myself. We lose prestige out of that, so we're going to try and gain prestige out of it. Excellent, that's my ambition done. Now I think I would like to have a son. Eva arrived in court. She was our steward. If we may, we may. Thank God for equality. Gramir is here, so let's make Gramir that one. Thank you. And okay. We can make our wife our marshal. No, we better just do that one. You'll be right. What's this? Special minor titles, court physician. We do need a court physician. It does unfortunately give us this goddamn council bullshit, but, you know, whatever. Now, unfortunately, that also has a monthly salary attached to it, so... I know, good, our monthly balance has popped up. Awesome! I awoke this morning with no knowledge of my past or where I was. I was assured by confused students who, assuming that this was some prank or test, told me that I am their ruler. It's probably just because I came out of nowhere. going to forbid myself. Actually, no, I'm not going to forbid myself from leading armies. I'm way too good to not lead armies around. Alright, let's get these guys set up. So, train troops, there. Build legend, there. Build zeal, there. Who is not assigned? My chancellor, who needs to improve diplomatic relations with the king, probably. Alright. He's got 800 dudes. Yeah, we'll get that. Alright, good times. Nope. This guy wants us to be his chancellor, you know, sure. No complaints. I admit we min-maxed. Well, we didn't even min-max, we just picked a whole bunch of shit, which is good for us. But, you know, fuck it. We will be fine. Now, of course... Oh, looks like he's attacking Vestergotland. That's fine. He'll probably take it. Oh, my wife's pregnant. Good start. Let's have a genius child. Actually, let's have one with all of my genetic traits. I'll be very happy. Go on, you can do it. Whoops. I probably don't need to help him out. So let's have a look at the de jure duchies again. Yeah, so we'll try and take all of Vestlandet and make ourselves the Duke of that place. Medium, huh? So the old dude died, so now the new guy wants to institute medium. I am actually fine with that. Ooh. Matters of life and death. With age comes wisdom, they say. Or at least it may change the questions we ask, you mutter to yourself. You have had trouble sleeping lately, more often than not. How old am I? I'm 16 years old. While the rest of your court is sound asleep, you find yourself staring at the ceiling. You are getting older, each day closer to leaving this plane of existence. It is folly to fear such things, of course. I'm 16. Yet you cannot keep these feelings at bay. Didn't you used to dream of grander things? What about you carving your own path? What happened to your ambitions? You sit up straight in your bed. This is ridiculous. You are the ruler. You have people ready to serve your any whim. Perhaps your counselors have ideas. If nothing else, it might ease your trouble sleeping. So I could gain the content trait, or summon a secret meeting. Invite only. Let's make it invite only. Your council convenes, and the faces of your advisors speak of confusion. Why are we here, my lord? It comes with a hint of concern. You sit down, and the suspense is almost tangible, as you leave the question hanging in the air. Finally you speak, and without disclosing much of your current nightly restlessness, you convey the message eloquently enough. I want to discuss the concept of life and death, and I want to look into everlasting life. They nod, slowly. So what do you think? The spirit rises in the room as your council start to talk, some hesitantly, some gesturing wildly. They all have ideas. So, I'm not too sure which mod this has come from. I think it's from a mod. And like I did look into a infinite life mod, but then I discarded it by being like, well, no, don't worry about it, because it was going to be ridiculous. So, do I want to send Hokia here, who is going to, send letters out and all that sort of stuff? Have Ake have a look around with a search party? Or have Pora do something discreetly? I think Pora would be the best one. She's got the highest stat there. because it's not letting them send my steward. So we'll see how that goes. Oh, what's this? It's a big army. Good. So did I get her pregnant? Yeah, she's pregnant. Come on. Pop it out. Should win that fight. Because of our high martial skill, we're going to get a lot more troops, which is going to help things out a little bit better. He wants to make me a commander? Absolutely. I have absolutely no problems with being both a commander and the chancellor. Yeah, and he's already got me leading his troops. Right there. Ruler present. And that's what we call genetic transferal. Attractive genius strong. Good work, kid. And we're going to call him Bo. Yeah. So first thing I need to do is actually just pop in here and nominate him properly. Thank you. And pick a new ambition. Yeah, not until we start raiding is some of that stuff going to work. So I'm going to say become King of Norway, because that's going to give me the right ambitions to take this shit up here. Obviously, I don't want to become the actual King of Norway. I do need my man down here in Shalland to take enough land to declare himself King of, King of Shalland instead of just petty dukedom bullshit. But hopefully that goes alright. Market village built. We've actually got a pretty good prestige coming in, mainly because, you know, Chancellor and all that sort of shit. Promises in the dark. Your spy master finds you in the night, startling you awake. Sorry, mistress, but the walls have ears. What? I dared not come during the day, she says. Somebody is on my track. I could use some help throwing them off my scent. No, don't worry. It means that we're getting close, she whispers, a confident smirk only just visible on her face. Pay for disguises, 10 gold. Okay. I think we're going... Excuse me. Just, you know, a little strain of tuberculosis. I think we're going to save it. We'll come back to this next episode. See just what the fuck is going on with this eternal life bullshit. I mean, I won't mind it. I'm... obviously. But I have a really good heir already. So, you know. We'll see. There's our lovely little assassinate button. So good to see you again. Just gonna have a quick look around here. Is there anything? Offer to help with liege titles. Huh. That's interesting. I haven't seen that before. I can only do it if my liege is over his max demesne size by 4. Alright. No worries. We will come back to this momentarily. In the meantime, though, I've been Sub. You've been yourselves. Later.